What's up, guys? Before we get on to the fight review for UFC Fight Night this Saturday, I want to give a shout out to Unbiased Sports Family. I just want to say thank you guys for always supporting me on my videos and my reviews and my fight recaps on my YouTube channel. I want to give you guys a shout out. Guys, this is one of the best sports communities I ever joined. There's no negativity whatsoever. Everyone's very respectful of each other's opinion. Regardless who wins or who wins the fight or not. And this is like what I said, man, guys. You guys are more than welcome to join us. I'm gonna leave the link down below, so just click on it, come join us. We do a lot of discussions, while the fight is happening too, so you could get involved. It's very interactive too, guys. And this is one of the most friendliest communities I ever joined, and I'm gonna be dead up honest. So come join us. Join Unbiased Sports Family, the best sports community out there, guys. All right. What's happening, guys? You guys know tomorrow UFC Fight Night. It's free on Fox Sports 1. Check it out. Let's talk about, I guess, the fight card before we get to the co-main and the main event. Just to let you guys know who's fighting. My man Jay Lau versus Jim Miller. Both of them are both coming off of a win of their own. Jay Lau just beat Diego Sanchez, and Jim Miller just beat Takagomi. And you know what? I'll be honest with you guys. Stylistically, they match. They're pretty much the same type of fighter. They both got striking. They both mainly use submission. They're both, pretty much. I think 68%, maybe between 65 and 70% of submission of, pretty much of all their fights. So that's how they win, by submission. So, my pick on that. Jim Miller and Jay Lau's been fighting for a very long time, guys. I think I could recollect maybe 8 years, maybe more. I could be wrong, guys. Definitely, this is kind of when first the tough season came out. I think they might be in the second season or something like that, or that's when they started fighting in MMA and actually in the UFC as well. But I could be wrong. But they've been there to me. I consider them veterans of the sport. But if I had to pick who would win that one, since they're both stylistically, they're the same type of fighter. But I think the size advantage is going to go to Jay Lau. He's much taller. I think he has a longer... he's just taller in general. But not by much, but maybe 2 inches maybe. He's taller, and I think he has the length on him. I guess the reach advantage. So I think it might go to Jay Lau. And Jay Lau has some knockout power. You guys seen what he did to Jensen. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's going to be a good fight nonetheless. I think they're both going to bring it. Two veterans of the sport. But I just see Jay Lau getting the W. And on the other card as well, Paige Van Zandt makes her return to the octagon. She's going to be fighting Becky Rawlings. This is her first fight back after her loss to Thug Rose Namajunas. Did I say it wrong? Namajunas, yeah. But anyways, yeah, her first fight back on the octagon. So this is definitely, I think to me personally, I think the way she lost, I think it was a great fight by Rose. Very good game plan, just pretty much dominated her. And I'll be honest with you, I think it's just too many distractions for Paige Van Zandt, because she got into the limelight and she's getting invited to all this entertainment stuff. And just recently she just came off Dancing with the Stars as well. So hopefully that's behind her now. Hopefully she's refocused, ready to make that title run now and try to get through Becky Rawlings. Becky Rawlings, she's a striker, guys. I think by all her fights, I think she won by, she's heavily a striker, to be honest with you guys, because I've seen, let me check out the stats just to make sure. Yeah, striker it is. So, definitely, it's not going to be an easy fight for, Paige Van Zandt. There's no such thing as an easy fight in the UFC, guys. Maybe you guys probably heard me say this over and over, but it's true, guys, because it's only the best of the best fighters go to the UFC. But anyways, in Paige Van Zandt, this is her first fight back in the octagon, like what I said, and I think to me this is going to be a must-win. Now she's refocused, she's training, and I think she might get the W on this one, man. But Becky Rawlings, like I said, she's a striker. Stylistically, this would favor Paige Van Zandt, definitely, just because, man. I think she's just she's more of a well-rounded fighter than Becky Rawlings. Put it at that. So that's how I see Paige Van Zandt. Pretty much just gonna be outstriking her and probably submitting her, maybe third round. to be honest with you. So I think Paige Van Zandt's going to get the W on that one. Now let's get to the co-main event. Anthony Pettis versus Charles Oliveira. All right, Anthony Pettis, this is his first debut in 145 pounds. To me, I'll be honest with you guys, this is kind of like a weird move for him, but I think it might be good for him. It's kind of like so iffy for me, but I guess since he's coming off 3 losses, he just lost to the the new champ at 155 from Eddie Alvarez. He lost to Edson Barboza. Who else did he lose from? Rafael Dos Anjos, who he lost his belt to. Definitely 3-fight loss right now. Charles Oliveira, he's coming off of a win off of Miles Jury. So this has been a while since he got into the octagon. So this is actually going to be a good fight. This guy's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy. He's a submission specialist. He likes pretty much all his fights, man, by submission, I think, for the most part. But his striking game, he has some striking game, but not as polished as a striker as Anthony Pettis. That's why they call him Showtime. Because let me tell you, man, if you guys followed in WEC, if you guys remember when he ran up the cage and kicked Ben Henderson right across the face to put him on his butt, man. That's how flashy that is, man. This guy is so flashy with his kicks. And let me tell you, when he was the champ at the 155, when he claimed the belt from Ben Henderson, right? The funny story is he beat Ben Henderson for the WEC title at the 155. Then he came in the UFC, beat Ben Henderson for that title again at the 155. So everybody has their kryptonite, guys. And by the way, Ben Henderson is fighting tonight. I think he's fighting Patricio Pitbull tonight. And my thoughts on that, I think if he don't get knocked out within 2 rounds by Pitbull, it's going to be unanimous decision on Ben Henderson. That's how I look at it, man. Ben Henderson is going to get the decision if he doesn't get knocked out within the first 2 rounds. All right, but never mind that. But anyways, let's get back to Pettis. Like I say, he's coming off of a 3-fight loss right now, and it's a must-win for him. Unfortunately, Charles Oliveira, he's going to be his first victim just because, he's motivated. He needs this win bad. So he has to prove to himself, not to anybody else, but to himself that he still has that fire inside him that wants to win and that keeps fighting. It's called the will of fire, guys. And Charles Oliveira, like I said, the only way that I see him beating Anthony Pettis is, cutting angles with his striking kind of like feint and trying to take this fight to the ground. As you guys know, his previous fight, definitely when you take him to the ground, and that's pretty much what happened to Pettis from Edson Barboza, who's a training partner of Eddie Alvarez and Frankie Edgar. All 3 of those fighters fight with Ricardo Almeida up here in New Jersey, in Robbinsville. I actually got a chance to stop in there, maybe a couple weeks ago. I stopped in there in Ricardo Almeida's school. So, man, it was pretty cool, man. Everybody was nice out there, inviting me. And very warm and friendly, man. A couple guys from Hawaii was out there training, too. So, I gotta give them props to Ricardo Almeida's crew, man. Thanks for you guys' hospitality. But definitely, guys, that's the only way Charles Oliveira could win this fight, if he takes Anthony Pettis to the ground. And from what I've heard, Anthony Pettis, he's been training with Greg Jackson, Donald Cerrone, and all that stuff. And he's been working on his wrestling. And pretty much that's what he's been focused on, trying to get his wrestling up to par with his striking and with his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well, trying to mix that in there to make him a better complete fighter, or a more well-rounded fighter. Because he got exposed from all the great wrestlers and grapplers out there in the UFC, and just pretty much just dominated him the whole night, just held him there. And that's what Charles needs to do, is need to hold him up against the cage, pretty much just put all his weight on him, get him down to the ground, hold him there, and just pretty much ground him down. And that's, I think, that's going to be the key to success, unless Anthony Pettis just pretty much knock him out with punches and kicks, or if not, he's been working on his wrestling. He does his own takedown and do the unexpected to Charles Oliveira. So who knows? But, like what I said, it's a must-win for Anthony Pettis. Like what I said, he's coming off a 3-fight loss. So for him, I think it's the will of fire that's going to make him, or elevate him into that winning column again. So I got Anthony Pettis. That's my pick on that fight. But like I said, Charles Oliveira, he's a great fighter himself. And, like I said, there's no easy fight in the UFC, guys. All right, now let's get to the main event. All right. You guys already know this guy don't need any introduction. You guys know the natural born killer himself. Definitely, man. This guy's been through a lot of war this past few fights, man. Even though he's been he taking the loss. Definitely, man. This guy's a beast, man. This guy brings it. That war against Robbie Lawler, that war against Rory McDonald. It's just pretty much, the last several fights he has, man, just straight up war, man. Back and forth, taking punishment like crazy. As of Damian Maia is coming off a five fight streak right now. 5-fight win streak right now, guys. He just beat Matt Brown. Who else did he beat? A couple other guys, man. Off the top of my head, I can't even remember, man. But definitely 5-fight win streak. All right, guys. So it's pretty much he's coming off of he was fighting a 185-pound division, and he cut weight, get down to 170. He's taking less punishment at 170, and he's the bigger fighter. He's been working on the striking, as you guys could tell when he fought against Matt Brown. Definitely, Damian Maia right now at 170 pound is a scary dude, guys. Just because, he's not taking too much punishment as of his last 5 fights. And he looks like the bigger and stronger. And he's been working on his striking. So this comes to play. And to be honest with you guys, as much as I love the natural born killer, dude, he's just been taking too much punishment. I don't think, he's letting his body rest and heal enough. And, I think for the most part, I hate to say it, I think Damian Maia is going to take the win just because, he's much of a fresher fighter. He's not taking too much punishment. He's been working on his striking ability. And you guys already know this guy's a world-class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. He won the title for the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu World Cup. And he's a champ, guys. So on the ground, he has the advantage, in my opinion, just because. That's his first martial art is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And this guy's no slouch on the ground. This guy's a beast when he rolls. Not saying Carlos Condit is not a great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu person. But, if you look at it, this guy's way far more advanced than this guy in Jiu-Jitsu. Hands down, man. You can't beat that. You know what I mean? He took the World Cup in BJJ, man. He's a champ. But for the most part, when it comes down to it, I think it's because he's a more fresher fighter, hasn't been in a lot of wars, and I'll be honest with you guys, he's gonna be the bigger fighter at fight night just because, man, he's coming off of he was fighting people at 185. Now he's coming down and fighting smaller dudes, and I think he's just gonna pretty much, man, it's gonna be a tough fight, man. It's gonna be a tough fight for Carlos Condit. He has the knockout power, but in my opinion, guys, it's just in my opinion, man. I hate to bet against the natural born killer, but I just think he's just been in too many wars already as of late. The last 2 fights he had, I just don't think his body and his mind has time to recover. I think Damian Maia is going to get this win. I think he's going to either knock him out or submit him. And, that's how it's going to go down. Hopefully he proves me wrong. But just, stay, just what do you call it? Just longevity wise, he's been taking a lot of punishment. He hasn't. So, and he's coming off a 5-fight win streak right now. So he has the momentum as well. Because if he beats Carlos Condit, guess what? He's going to get the shot at the title next, guys. All right, guys. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Please don't be mad at me. Don't give me no thumbs down because you don't like the way or my picks are. But anyways, guys, this is just the fight business. This is how I see it. This is just my opinion. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, hit that thumbs up button for me. And also like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Later.